they were going back and forth with me, and I said something else like, you could go on BBC. She got a blogger to call me to pretend like it was her uncle. This person reached out to this lady to find out why. Like, what do you want out of this? The girl said she wanted money. I think that one of my pet peeves will be when a client is blatantly lying.
Okay.
Right? And trying to be manipulative at the same time.
Okay.
And just trying to be cool, trying to listen and provide solution, because you realize as a designer that at every point in time, your job is really about providing solution. Keep providing solution.
Yeah.
So once you are problem oriented and you're not solution oriented, it's just like some heavy weight on me.
Yeah.
I just need solution because I need to move on.
Yeah.
I need to move on, and I need to finish up.
Yeah.
Not to say we try to rush our customers. No, we don't try. We don't want to rush our customers, but you need to make decisions quickly. And if it's not working for you, you should be able to talk about it.
Speak up.
Yeah, speak up about it. You have some clients coming for a fitting, and this reminds me of something. I think I said I didn't want to talk about it, but it just came. So a client comes in for a fitting. Before she comes, we are talking and everything. Because of how obviously because of discernment,
Of course.
I knew that, and I love cutting, so the patterns and everything, I cut them myself. I don't leave everything to my team members. Like, I'm with them, and you can tell
yes.
I'm part of it. I'm part of beading,
Yes.
because I want my workers to understand that, look, I can do this without you.
Yes.
100%.
And we are working as a team.
Yes.
And there's something we are trying to build. So
Yes.
we all have to come on board. We all have to play as team members.
Yes.
So I called this client because I just knew how she was, right? And how she thinks and her behavior. So I was like, we're about to cut your dress. Ideally, imagine I have to do that with every customer. So I called this client. I told her, we're about to start working on your dress. So please, can we go ahead, or would you want to make any additions? I want to make sure we are on the same page. This client says whatever she has to say, and then she goes like, Sadia, I trust you so much. If at any point in time you believe you want to add one or two, go ahead, because I believe that everything you design is beautiful. At that point in time, I was thick-headed. I was like, wow. So like this is the kind of effect
creative
I
freedom.
have on people. Then let me go wild, because she had a concept, and obviously I didn't want to copy that concept. So then I decided to just put a thin line somewhere of a particular part of the fabric. And then she goes like, well, we didn't show it to her. At that point in time, we didn't have group pages. It was just the production is somewhere else and the office is somewhere else. So I was communicating with her. And obviously, she wasn't in Ghana. I think she was from the UK or somewhere. When we made the dress, we communicated. We asked her when she was coming for fitting, when she was coming to Ghana. And we told her, okay, we want to be able to finish the dress by the time she's leaving Ghana. So we want to know the duration of time she'll be here. And can we go ahead with beading or not? She said, yeah, we can go ahead. So we went ahead, made the dress, started the beading, did it about we did about 50% before she came in. When she came in, she met me. She's like, oh wow, so yeah, this young, I was expecting someone big and huge. So yeah, this young designer who is
First
very
red flag.
who is very famous. And I'm like, hey, me, Sadia. That was like maybe 5 years ago. Or was it 5 years? I can't remember, but maybe 3 years, 4 years ago. And she was like, oh, this famous girl, like and I said, am I famous? Am I that famous? And I just laughed it over. I said, it's all by God's grace. So she wore her dress quickly. We had the fitting. She was dancing. She was happy with her dress.
I'm happy for you.
Okay. So I'm getting there. Only for her to call like 2 days later after, so she had mentioned that she didn't like the parts that I had added. And I said, oh, but you know you gave me creative freedom. And that's why I put this particular part in here, because I'm not trying to copy the other person's design. I'm trying to own whatever we have. And she was like, okay, go ahead with beading. Then 2 days later, that means if we were 50% done, now we are 20% 70% done. Now she's like, no, I don't like the dress. That's not what I asked for. And the neckline is this, and here is this, and here is that. I'm like, oh, we are not done. We have to finish the beading before we do the add-ons. But even in the skirts, I'm going to buy 2 yards of plain fabric, and I'll fix that part. It's not your problem. I'll fix that part. She's like, no. And then she's complaining on the phone. I'm like, okay, you know what, don't worry, let's meet at the office. Come. Like, I invited her over to the office to have a conversation, to have a discussion. And when she came with her mother and her cousin. She had a lot to say, and I was like, oh, but why didn't you tell us this right after? Because right now we've gone ahead to do whatever. But that's not a problem. If you want to make changes, we'll go ahead and make the changes for you. But it will come at a fee, because we've already gone ahead.
You were here 2 or 3 days ago. You were here.
So we've done about 70%.
Yeah.
And now you want to make changes. Now she's not. So let's say we have this fabric of mine, right? Now she doesn't only want the changes. Now there's a particular part of the kente fabric she doesn't like. So let's say we have this piece that I have on, and she doesn't like the red. She wants us to assemble everything and take out this particular red in the whole pattern. That means, what do you have to do? You have to order more material, and that can be my cost. Because my cost before was just 2 yards of plain fabric. Now you want certain parts of the pattern removed from your full fabric, and so we had to unpick the whole thing, take out all the beads, and start all over again. We reached out to the kente weaver. She got the fabric done. Let's say now the fabric is ready. We are ready to go. So we reached out to her and told her, oh, we are ready. This is the invoice, blah blah blah. I think we charged her for a full dress again, but she had made a deposit of an amount, and we told her that I can't really remember like in plain words, but I remember we sending her an invoice and she asking for a discount, and we gave her a discount about 3 times. But when we did, she wanted to give us her own price, and we said no, it's not possible. We couldn't have we can't do the
it's
dress.
a whole new dress.
It's a whole new dress, and we have to start everything all over again. And that one, we're about 70% done. So it's not fair for us to go back to the old invoice, right? We can see how we can come together, work collaboratively, and give you a discount, but we cannot allow you to give us your own price. Then that will be a problem. Because a lot of time has gone into it. This client gets so mad and upset with us, and now she's complaining and talking and saying things she's not supposed to say, like, I heard about you, and I heard that's how you are.
Then why did you come? No.
And so at that point,
I went to KFC. KFC was bad. I didn't like the chicken. Disclaimer, guys. I'm just saying hypothetically. Don't go to KFC. Why will you go to KFC then? Why then did you come?
Well,
no, like let's not be ridiculous here.
I don't know her reasons, but again, she came, we made the dress, this happened, and we are trying to sort it out. But I think also there was a point where I faltered, where I remember I told her mom that they were being inconsiderate, because yes, I told her
your choice of language,
exactly,
or how
my
spoke.
choice of language or how I spoke wasn't right.
Okay.
And so when I said that, they were going back and forth with me, and I said something else like, you could go on BBC.
But again, I was with you. Up until this point, I was with you.
So I was like, yeah, you could go on BBC, and this is not right. Like, I mean, at this point, you are trying to take advantage of me, and I'm not going to agree. And I just saw it like, the fact that I was young, they just thought they could intimidate me.
Yeah.
I was just trying to
like not even cartel, but when people start to use threatening statements,
Yeah.
I don't think it's fair for someone to use a threatening statement and not get a reaction. Do you understand? That's like it's an action reaction. Like, I mean, we all work in the customer service business, but there's a line. You can't disrespect people, regardless of what side of the,
I mean, even listening to her, it's good that you've told this story because everything has context, right?
It really does.
First of all, this is a bride that wasn't in the country.
I'm not even done.
Oh, go on, girl.
Yeah, I'm not done. So where did I get to? I got to where I said BBC.
You
blah,
told
blah,
you
blah.
basically told the mom
I was
to
like-
flip off.
No, I didn't tell the mom. It wasn't the mom. Like
Okay.
it was a conference call.
Yeah.
And so I just told her in particular that you could take this on BBC, and I'm not going to give you. I think I said I could give you the full amount, but the way you are reacting towards me, it makes it very difficult for me to want to give you that because we've also spent some time on it, right? So you can take it wherever you want to take it, and I will do what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
At that point, obviously for me, I'd already even started cutting her new fabric because for me, I'm like, oh, the client didn't get what she wanted, so let me work as quickly as possible so the client is happy. Now, fast forward. She said she didn't want to make the dress anymore. After we had unpicked it and then I cut it. She thought I was lying. She said I was lying that I cut it. I was like, no, why would I lie? I'm not lying about it. I've cut the fabric. And then what happened? She then said she wants a full refund because I had said that I would have given her a full refund. I said, no, based on your attitude and your language towards me, I'm not going to give you. I'm going to give you. So she paid like 7,000 cedis, and then we gave her 3,000 back, and we took 4,000 cedis.
So
At least for the
essentially
time.
45 or so, almost half.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I made her sign an agreement that whatever happens stays here. It doesn't go anywhere else. We've given you your fabric, we've given you your pieces. We are really sorry about what happened, but we wanted to document it. And she signed.
She signed. Again, context. So she agreed not to talk about it
And
after
then-
it had happened.
Yes.
Okay.
And when you think about it, obviously, things didn't go well as planned, right? But we are not in business to hurt people or.
So essentially, she breached your contract.
Yeah, she breached our contract.
well, there's more.
There's still more. The story hasn't ended. There's more. So after signing the contract and everything, a few months later, I see a post about the designer from the devil or the designer from hell, and people started sending it to me. So I went online to go and check. Is this lady discussing me and talking about her side of the story, taking some bits out? So like I said, now we have group pages. These are one of the reasons why we created the group pages, because she was communicating with my worker differently and like with another contact, and I was also communicating with her differently with another contact. But now we have a group page so that we see everything and everything is more seamless. So she actually said thank you to my peer at the time, or my secretary, and said that I don't have an issue with you, but I have an issue with your madam. So at that point, I'm like, but who owns the business? And why are you here? And why are you here? You are here obviously because of me and the customers. Okay, but at least you've done a good job. And she didn't say that you were rude to her or anything. So fair enough. Now I see this post online. I try to like post and say, like, counter what she's saying by saying, oh, this is what happened. This is not what happened. She deletes all my posts. Anyone that had anything positive to say, she deleted everything and kept only negative comments and got more people to say whatever. At that point in time, tell me tell me, if you were in that situation, what would you do?
I would have said, nah, Chale Sadia, maybe you stole her boy.
It's feeling
I'm
personal.
not understanding. It's feeling very personal at this point.
Well, at that point, I decided. So after commenting on her post, she blocks me. She deletes everything, and then I decided, okay, let me post something about what she has said.
I want to ask you a question, and I
Okay.
already know the answer. I
Okay.
know you were young, and I know it's an experience that you've learned and grown from.
Okay.
But at that point, did it cross your mind to seek legal action? Because this is something that she had signed.
Yeah, at that point, to be honest, I was like, what do I do? I didn't know who to talk to because everyone, of course, like, wouldn't you be scared?
Not me though, but yeah.
Not necessarily scared, but I didn't want to say anything else.
You were in a very vulnerable state.
Yeah, I was in a vulnerable state, and I just didn't want to talk to the wrong people.
Right.
And at that point in time, she also got a blogger to call me to pretend like it was her uncle, just to get information from me. So as soon as he mentioned that he was her uncle, my lawyer friend told me, oh, whenever you get any call concerning this, just add me to the call. So I quickly added him to the call. And then he questioned the person, and the person, not knowing they were recording what was being discussed. Thank God. Thank God I didn't say anything. And even as I didn't say anything, it was still an issue that what kind of Makola lawyer did I get? And this lawyer I'm talking about is a big deal. Do you understand? But people do not know, obviously. We all know that Ghanaians, we like to talk a lot. So the lawyer was like, look, focus on your work. If you don't want to take legal action, focus on your work. Make your work, your processes clearer and, simpler, so people don't have these type of issues. But when you look at it, really, you came in, you said you didn't like your dress. We gave you an option to do the dress again. The option that we had the first time was to alter a small bit. Now you came and said you didn't want a particular part of it. So you were supposed to fulfill your part. We gave you an invoice. We went over it. I said, oh, I wasn't going to go under a certain price, right? And you got angry and said you don't like the back and forth, and so you want to take your dress away. We said fine. We gave you an agreement. You signed.
That
as
is it.
proof.
A signature is so
Exactly.
powerful, and people take that for granted.
So now, how do you go online and turn the story around and make it seem like you wanted something and I didn't do that for you? Meanwhile, whoever did this initially, why didn't you go to that designer to get it done? But you came to me to get it done, and you want me to copy the exact same thing. I'm not a copycat designer. I cannot copy the exact same thing. Is that where I faulted?
Yeah, because then now that's legal action for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then now, how would I be able to harness my creativity and bloom out of whatever and become like what I really envision myself to be? That means you are blocking me. Like, you are blocking me from actually becoming that designer of my dreams by copying other people. And that's not what I want to be known for. Now you go online. And for me, if you listen to that story and you believe it, then it tells the kind of person you are. Because there are processes, there are systems and all of that. Now, she even mentioned that when we reached out to her about delivering on time, because we wanted to deliver on time and wanted to start the bidding, she felt like that was a red flag. You are coming to Ghana. We just want to know the duration so that we can work within the time frame and deliver. Now, how is that a red flag? And now she gets other people. Of course, we are a business. Not everyone is happy with their business, or not everyone is happy with their service. So now goes to get other people who, of course, were not happy, just to try and undermine my business or tarnish the image and all of that. And to be honest, I can boldly say that this is a gift that God gave me. I never went to school for it, right? And for me to even start from where I started from to get to this point, I realized there was a plan that God had for me. And so I remember getting to a point where I couldn't take it anymore, and I wept so much. I walked to my mom, because I got this from my mom, right? It's actually 2 generational. She got it from her mother and I got it from her. So I walked to my mom like, Mommy, it looks like things are not really going well. I'm not very happy and this is making me very sad. And she said, once you've acknowledged your mistake, you did what you were supposed to do. You've been praying about this. all you have to know is that I'm your mother, and I'm always going to be here to support you. So if you need that kind of support, you can always come to me to support you, and I'll be happy to support you. Ignore all the negative comments. Yes, it's coming in. Take the bits that you know you need to work on. Take those bits and work on it. And she just prayed for me, or we just did a little prayer, and I was okay. Afterwards, I really blocked everything else and focused on what I was doing. And I think that really helped me along the line. Now, what is my major takeout from this? My major takeout is that you have to be mindful of what you say, of course. Your clients are not your friends.
Oh,
yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, your clients
100%.
are not your friends. So you have to treat them accordingly. Now, you have to also work on a structure that protects you and also protects the customer as well. So when businesses are struggling, let's not be too quick to, judge them and, push them under the bus or whatever. Let's try and understand that it's a structural problem. So if you want to give any critics or commentary, try and be, at least, if you don't even, I know as a customer or as a client, you really do not care. You just care about your product. But can we give constructive critics so that people can use those comments instead of having a post like "designer from hell"? What's the meaning of that? As if that wasn't enough. This girl went on to do another post and went on to do another post and went like. I don't know what she wanted.
Don't you
from
feel
me.
Special?
You're
Living rent free in somebody's head.
No, but sometimes
Princess.
practically it will make you feel a little uncomfortable. And I'm someone who cares. I think to some extent I care about what people think of me, right? And so I don't think that is, it depends on who it is. Sometimes that can have a mental toll on you. And we all think that mental health is not a thing. It's actually a thing. And why would you? Yes, you are just one person out of, maybe, let's say she has 100 clients. You are one person. You can give them constructive comments or critics. You don't have to tear them apart by your words. And yes, you're a bride, you are going through that emotional phase and all of that. But what happened to being kind?
Yeah.
I was kind enough, but in the video she said I didn't even give her a refund. Like, she lied about a lot of things. Now, at that point in time, do you think that if I came out there to say, oh, she didn't lie, or this or that, some people were like, why are your receipts? Show us, prove to us that you didn't do what she said what she's saying that you did. And at that point in time, I was in a dilemma. Do I post? Do I respond? My mom is like, ignore it, don't fool it, right? And I have some other customers that have become like family. They're like, Sadia, don't comment on this. Focus on the clients you already have currently. As for her, she's gone with her worries. She didn't continue with the process. So why are you focused on her? And so they were like, post receipts. These important people in my life were like, no. So I decided I wasn't going to entertain. I wasn't going to post anything. A few months later, again, this girl is on another podcast like this, talking about me again, and saying that I make the dresses in a village. Do I look like I'm a village girl?
I mean, but that's honestly neither here nor there.
Yeah,
that's neither here nor there.
And that
wherever you are producing, you are producing a top-notch product.
Exactly. Does it even matter at all? Just because you think you've seen a young girl and you think she's famous and you want a taste of it. So now you feel like you're going to use bullying and dragging someone on social media to promote your business. Do you really think you're going to succeed in that business? And do you think that if I started my business with the ultimate goal to cheat is to cheat people, is that right?
Yeah.
If I started my business and my ultimate goal was to cheat people, right? I don't think I'll get to this point. So you can't start off by bullying someone, dragging someone, and think that yours is going to be better. There's a reason why everyone is doing a certain business, and there's some sort of covering over their lives, some sort of grace over their lives. And for me, that was a wake-up call for me. And I had to be accountable for certain things. Maybe I was a little too playful about certain things, but I had to come to that point where I realized that, look, this is a serious business. So you don't have to be, you know, you don't have to take in, not to say, because I'm not a lazy person. A lot of people know me, like, who know me very well will tell you, I don't sleep. I don't sleep at all, like 12. Sometimes 1 a.m. I'm still online. Like, I'm trying to solve one issue or the other. When I say solve one issue or the other, it's not necessarily dispute, but I'm just trying to be more, like, productive or do one or two things, right? And so, I say all of this. Let me tell you the icing on the cake. So, a friend of mine reaches out to her because this person is like, oh, this person likes, why is she doing all of this? So this person reached out to this lady to find out why, like, what do you want out of this? The girl said she wanted money, and she took £1,500. Yes. And I didn't know about it because this person was like, oh, let me reach out to her and try and find out what she wants out of this. And I said, no, don't reach out to her, because the moment you do, I don't know what she's going to make. She's going to make a big deal out of nothing. Meanwhile, we are just trying to solve everything amicably. And I think I've already done that in the past, so there's no point. She took this money. And so let's not be too quick to judge people when we see certain posts about businesses online. Try and, if you can, most often you wouldn't even be able to find out the other story on the vendor side, right? But let's not be too quick to judge other people. Yeah, she took the money.
Who paid that money? Sadia.
That one you find out later.
Hey!
Yeah, she paid. Yes, she took the money.
Omo,
Yeah.
please, can you tell me any? I want to remove my belt and lash this girl. It's a lot of self-control in the room, guys.
Yeah. But what do? You tend to. I love what I do.
And it shows.
It comes to me.
Having you here, I feel your passion. No, I'm not kidding. It shows. You are very passionate about what you do.
I love what I do. And I think at that point in time, there were times that I told myself, do I find something else to do? Because as much as, how many people will believe my story? A lot of people won't, because of course I'm a vendor, and every vendor is, you know, the trouble causer. So at that point, honestly, if it wasn't for maybe a certain grace and how passionate I am about what I do and how it comes to me easily, I honestly would have given up.
Well, we're glad you didn't.
Yeah, because someone is meeting you for the first time, and that's all they are ranting about. That's all they are talking about.
Yeah.
And some of them will use the situation, even though they're in the wrong, will use the situation just to justify and try and bully me. But what's the point? And I've also had situations where I'm doing something for someone. I'm realizing that we are all not on the same page. And so I don't want to continue wasting the person's time, in quotes, right? So I decide to cancel the order. The person goes like, yeah, you don't respect. What has respect got to do with anything?
We are not compatible. Yeah. Even in a relationship, when you're not compatible with someone, you end the relationship.
But I guess Sadia is a disrespectful girl, right?
I like how she said that with a beautiful smile.
But what else can I say? I can't say much.
Yeah. So. But I mean, despite this, we grow from this and learn from this. I'm sure you guys have had some amazing, experiences as well. Yeah, so tell us about one.
I've had amazing experiences where maybe I meet a bride and her whole family loves me, and they've referred me to 10 more people, and everyone is talking about, I remember doing this pink dress for a lady, right? And her inspiration, I don't even know how I came up with that dress, but I'm the type that when I'm even cutting on the table, that's when I'm even more inspired. So I created this dress. She also heard that story, and so she started with a little tension, I was like, don't worry, just trust me, I'll do my best. And so we did that dress, and she was so happy. I remember getting so many clients from there. And from that dress, I've done, it's like that
remixes.
Dress was,
Yes.
stage 1, right? I've done so many dresses that was inspired by that first dress. An example would be Gina. She's an influencer.
She's so pretty.
She's number one. I tell you this, I don't know my clients, right? They, maybe it's after I start working with them, that's when I realize who they are. So I meet this girl, dark skinned girl, very beautiful, and she's telling me about well, I've had so many experiences, but what I can remember right now is hers. So she's telling me about how she wants a dress made out of a flower. And I was working with another stylist. I love working with stylists, actually. So Style by Rivero, I'll recommend her any day. Just like I recommend.
She had to issue the disclaimer. Otherwise,
I mean, but to be fair,
you get one backhand though.
She's in Nigeria. Right?
Yes, she's Nigerian.
So I can understand. It's like, you know, over there.
Okay.
And I love working with Jojo. Jojo is amazing. I think she understands the styling industry, and she gives the clients exactly what they want. So we work on this dress. Jojo is like, Sadia, you know the Nigerian tone. Come on now, you have to make this dress. So you have to do this flower, then like all these things. I'm like, okay, no problem. And for me, during consultation, I'm very calm. I'm like, I like to observe. I don't even talk a lot. I just listen. But also, people have issues with that. Every designer, we have to realize as Ghanaians that every designer is different. They have different ways of working, and they have different ways of coming up with ideas. The fact that you come in and one person is so bubbly doesn't mean the other person is bubbly. I like to observe. When I'm observing, I'm looking at your demeanor, your choice of words, how you speak, like how you relate to other people, because all of that is informing me of what to create for you and how I want to see you on the day. As much I'm trying to be in your mind at that point in time. So I'm listening to Gina, she's talking about whatever, and I tell her, oh, give me some time. And then she gave me some time. I think they gave me about a week or 2 weeks to come up with an idea. And I came up with 7 ideas. So that's me. If you give me one idea, I'll turn it around so many times and come up with different ideas that are not necessarily the same as the inspiration. So I had to build myself to a point where I design dresses. And when you look at the inspiration and what I have, even though you give me an inspiration, right, and I'm inspired by it, it doesn't mean I'm going to give you ditto, like the exact thing. I try to work around it. So I came up with a number of designs. And funny enough, it was the very first design. And she was like, Sadia, I trust you. What do you think amongst these 7 designs that you've created? I was only supposed to create 3, but I created 7 designs. And I chose one. I chose that very first one. And she was like, oh, she liked that one too, but she wasn't sure. I was like, you know what, trust me, I'll come up with something. But I do not want to create a digital illustration because it can limit me. I don't want to be limited. I want to have that full space and that full freedom to be able to create and come up with that flower that you want. And she did. We agreed on the time she was supposed to come to Ghana. She came to Ghana. When she saw the dress without beading, she was wowed. She was so happy. And she stayed for about 2 weeks. So we were able to finish the dress. She took the dress away. And ever since then, every time she reaches out, she's like, Sadia, God bless you. Aww. God bless you. You were so amazing. I loved working with you. The dress was beautiful. It's like when I get those type of comments, that for me, it's not even about the money you've paid me. But when I feel very fulfilled when people give me those type of feedback, like the dress was amazing. I had another client, that client I had never seen before in my life. She contacted us through another client, of course. We made a dress. It was a perfect fit, and she was also Nigerian. She didn't come for a fitting. I'd never seen her. She even sent over her measurement because she didn't have time to do the measurement, but I don't condone that. I prefer my team members taking the measurement through like a video call. And the dress fitted so well. She was so happy, very, very happy. So I've had amazing experiences. Why are we trying to overshadow that with negativity? And even if I faltered, yes, I'm accountable, and I think how I manage my business now is very different from how I was managing it before. So let's look at growth. Let's look at what has she done over the years. And you know the interesting thing, around the time when everything else was happening, every other week I was producing banging dresses. Like every other week I was going viral. Every other week I was doing amazing.
Yeah.
So at a point, sometimes when I break down, my mom is like, but
from where to where?
But you are doing it. Why
The
don't
math
you
is
focus?
mathing.
Why don't you focus on what you are doing? If it's timelines, work on the timelines. You know, and I've worked with Annie. Annie, please tell them something.
Sadia and I have a great working relationship. I love working with her because
Me too.
oh, so cute. No, I love working with her because actually my story is actually connected to her, like my highlight. So I guess I can speak. Yeah. So for me, I'm going to talk about how I actually went into the bridal space.
Okay.
It was very unintentional. I had no plans of being a bridal stylist, by the way. It happened by accident. So my background is, I mean, you know this.
Yes.
My background is
Fashion.
strictly fashion, right? And I went to the bridal space simply because the bride who hired me wanted fashion.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why she hired me. Like, and I was like, "Are you sure? Like, why do you want to hire me?" You know? And she was like, "Because I know you do an amazing job." And I said, "How are you so sure? Like, I don't work in the bridal space. Like, how are you sure I can deliver?" She was like, "I know you can." Oh, by the way, I did this virtually.
Wow.
Everything.
Yeah.
Kente, styles, everything. I wasn't here for her wedding.
Wow.
From beginning to end. And we did this in what? It was like 2 months?
Yeah. Who was that?
Sandra.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Sandra.
Sandra.
Yes, I love Sandra as well.
Yeah,
She
like
was
honestly,
amazing.
I'm so grateful to her. The way she trusted me even scared me. Like, because I wasn't here. Do you know what it means to style a bride virtually?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
She never bothered me. She never sent me crazy messages. Never. Sometimes I was like, why is this girl so calm? You know, she just trusted me from beginning to end, you know, and that's actually how, like, I've known Sadia for a while, but that's how Sadia and I developed a working relationship. And to be very honest, like, even when I was coming on board, like, you know, there were some
hiccups.
I'm sure she knows, like,
That's fine.
like, she was a bit, like, she knows I'm a good stylist, but she was a bit skeptical in the beginning because of, like, you know, other things we can't say. But then I was like, Sadia, give me a chance. Let's do the
Trust
work.
me.
I was like, forget about hearsay. Like, let's do the work.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay.
Yeah,
And
I'm
then-
here to work. Like, I love money.
Yeah.
I'm here to do the work.
Yeah. No, so honestly, that experience was on me. So I actually work with the two vendors I work with were Pistis and Sadia.
Okay.
Right? So, like, but so with Pistis, I was already working with Pistis as a stylist.
Yes.
Right. So I mean, with them it was like, okay, they knew who I was.
Yeah.
Right. And Sadia also knew who I was, but from a different. She knew me from the fashion side of things, not the bridal side of things. And so when I was coming on board, I was like, Sadia, like, just, you know, let's put everything aside. Let's forget about hearsay. We have to work, you know. And because she's passionate and I'm passionate, I didn't have to talk much. She was like,
I was like, can we focus on work?
yeah. She was like, okay, no problem. And the thing I appreciated the most about her, she takes feedback. I wasn't even sure because, you know, you are coming into someone's space. You don't know if you can. Because of how passionate I am, I pay attention to every detail
She's
of a
very
gown.
articulate.
I'm very, and I'm very particular, you know, because I need my girls to kill it, you know. Yeah, so I wasn't, and also she's been in the business for so long.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I'm like, hey, if I'm giving this girl constructive feedback, is she going to be okay? But she was so receptive, and then I was like,
Yeah, because you are trying to come up with a masterpiece. Like, you have to listen.
and there was nothing she didn't run by me.
Okay.
Like, she shared every detail. Okay, this is what I'm using. This is how we are going to achieve this. How do you feel about this? And not just me, the bride as well. You know, like, she's like, okay, if we say we don't like something, she's like, okay, let's think of something else that we can do. I was like, hey,
Yeah, because you have to be solution oriented. Like I said, you can't dwell on problems.
Yeah, and again, I was new in the bridal space. Do you understand? So she had a choice to be pompous. Wasn't at all. Yeah, she had a choice to be pompous, but she wasn't at all. Like,
I didn't even know this.
Eh.
No, I didn't know.
See?
I knew she was a stylist, and
Yeah.
for me, you're a stylist. Okay, you're on board. Let's work. Let's get to
Exactly.
that. Yeah.
And it goes, but that's another thing people don't understand. As a stylist, it's not like bridal stylist is only some.
Yeah.
If you're a stylist, you can do anything.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
You have to understand the foundation.
Yeah. Yeah.
In order to, work in any field of styling. You can do corporates. You can do editorial show. You can do music videos.
Yeah.
You just have to understand the foundation.
That's
But
right.
there's a difference. Bridal styling is very different. Like, you have to focus on the unconventional things and the things that people do not really pay attention
Yeah.
to. You have to, and I think she does a good job when it comes to that.
Yeah.
And you cannot be great. Sometimes you are great at styling yourself, but when you are styling someone else, you have to look at the person's features,
Yes.
not your ideology. You have to understand the person to be able to style the person.
Yeah.
But some people just look at themselves and think they are great stylists. But you
Yeah.
can go.
Oh, she got me. Wow, guys. Okay. Thank you for coming. Good night. Bye, guys at home. Bye.
Yes, no, to be very honest, like, and I understand what she means. Like, bridal styling is very intricate, right? But again, because I understand the foundation of styling very differently. Like I said, I've been doing it for years, so it doesn't matter where you put me, I'll be able to do the job. You know, so, and I also understand that when you are working in the bridal space or in any other styling space as well, it's community build. Like, you are building, something with a community. Like, I never go into a space, pompous or proud or no. I'm like, please, we are here to work as a team. This is what I want to do. But what are your thoughts? You are the one constructing the garment. Does it make sense? Does it work? And then when she tells me, then I go to the bride, are you happy? Does it work? So like, from that moment, like, honestly, the synergy was so good. Like, we just clicked. Even after, she was just like, I really enjoyed working with you. I was like, too.
I always tell my stylists, so, like, people I work with, if I enjoy working with them, I always let them know, and I'm looking forward to the next.
It was an amazing experience. And honestly, with Sandra, she changed my life when it came to the bridal sector of my business. Because she went viral for like 3 years straight. I was just like, actually 2 years straight. I was like, man. And it was very unintentional. It's not like the way she hired any bloggers or anything. It's just the look.
The work spoke for itself.
Everything.
Don't worry, guys. I'll be the next. Okay.
We can't wait.
My 10th anniversary.
That's nice.
Yes.
I'm so happy. Come to us. So she changed. Honestly, she changed. Another interesting. Well, actually, I want to talk about this because Sadia and I worked on that as well. I want to speak about our bride, Anita. Shout out to Anita. So, Anita, honestly, I was really excited because I love a challenge, So she came, she was like, listen, I have this kente. It was made for me by my grandmother, like vintage.
Yes, the cotton one, the thick one.
The old school tradition.
The rich colors. And she was like, this is what I want. And I was so impressed with her because
she was very confident.
Yes. So that, when you see the confidence, you know that whatever we do, the person will carry it. She was very, very, very confident. And I like that. And she was open. She was like, this is what I want. You guys make it happen. Okay. So I was like, okay. So in my mind, I'm like, the way this fabric is old school, like, I want us to like modernize it, but still maintain like the old school elements. So I go to Sadia and I'm like, Sadia, this is what I'm thinking. And funny enough, when she also saw the fabric, same thoughts. She was also like, I also see that old school elements, like carbon slate elements, but let's modernize it. And then I had been like, occasionally I like to go through her page and, when I see something interesting, I'll share with her. So I went through her page and I noticed that she did this like basket weave kind of beading. And it was so interesting to me. So I was like, Sadia, this beading. So funny enough, initially they wanted to mix the kente with like regular kente fabric. And I'm like, we should add a detail. So I saw the detail on Sadia's page. I was like, Sadia, this detail, we need it. And funny enough, people didn't really see the vision. So when I was even talking to her, she was like, this vision, people don't see it. I was like, I see it and I want it. And as soon as I said it, she was excited because when she did it at the time, like people couldn't really see past whatever she had done, but I could see it, and I was like, I can see this thing being used over and over again. I don't know how people can see it in different ways. It was such a unique concept, you know. So I spoke to her. We had an inspiration, but honestly, that inspiration, I think it was just for the silhouette of the dress.
Right.
But by the time the dress was done, it was a completely different thing from what the inspiration was, which actually is what design is.
Yeah.
You know, so it was truly beautiful. She came for fitting. She was in awe. Like she didn't even expect the dress to be done. Do you remember? She thought she was coming to do like a test fit.
Yeah.
And the dress was already sewn.
Yeah.
I love
And then
that.
Sadia added the beading, and she was amazed.
I love
Yeah.
that.
The whole family loved it. Everybody was happy. It was such an amazing job to work on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it was a challenge, obviously, because the fabric, the texture of the kente, wasn't anything like what we are using now.
Yeah.
But I, you know, for me, I feel like that's like, it shows people what you can
Yeah,
do
what you
as a
can
stylist
do.
and a designer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Good
so
job,
yeah.
you guys.
Thank
I'm
you.
proud of you all.
Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna wrap up, and to
Sure.
wrap up, I want you, Annie, to go first on what should brides look out for, or what questions should they ask when they have their first consultation with you,
Questions.
Mhm.
Wow.
or what information should they give, or basically what they should be looking out
Information,
for.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
In terms of information, so I actually do more of the asking. And for me, I like to know about your ceremony, you know, everything, like the ceremony, the size, how you envision looking like that day, the mood you want to go for, everything. I need to know all the pieces that tie in to the wedding in order to build your look, because all those things really matter. Only because me, I build the look from beginning to end. It's not just the clothes. It's like your hair, your makeup. It's like a one-stop shop. So I need to know all aspects of your ceremony to be able to like envision how you fit into that ceremony. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Just like, you know, tell me about your day. Let me understand your day. Let me understand the feel of the day. And let me also understand what you need from me and how I play a part into that, you know, so I can bring that vision to life.
How about you, Sadia?
For me, in the beginning, I just want to understand your vision and your concept. I want to understand. I want to understand if you even understand what you are saying. So some people will come and say they want red or they want orange. They don't actually want orange. They've seen orange somewhere. But if you put the orange on them, they are not even sure if they want it or not. So to answer those difficult questions, to understand the look you're going for based on the number of people you have, obviously your timelines. Before, I would say, okay, if you had like 4 months to make the dress, I would say, okay, fine, you can get your fabric made from scratch, right? But now I'll just tell you, buy off the shelf, because it would save you a lot of time and stress. Because when they start the fabric, you need to ensure if you are happy with it or not, in terms of color, placement of patterns and all of that. So now I'll tell you to just buy off the shelf and let's create something, because really it's just a raw material. So understanding your vision, basically I just want to understand your vision, and I'm happy to carry your ideas to become a concept and then making the dress eventually.
Amazing. Thank you, ladies, for joining us today.
Thank you.
This has been very insightful. Honestly, I learned a
I'm
lot.
glad.
Also,
I
you were
did a lot.
fabulous host. Can I just say?
Oh,
So,
girl.
I get so nervous, but listen. Once upon a wedding, you need to give her a raise, okay?
Hello, period.
I was also very nervous because I'm
Yeah.
like, what's she going to ask me?
Yeah.
But I've been very comfortable. I think I've expressed myself.
Yeah.
I hope I've been able to throw more light on the challenges we face as designers and as vendors. We can't be liars the whole time. You know?
Yeah.
We are also human, and sometimes the clients, they can be a lot, right?
Yeah.
So I'm glad I was given this opportunity to speak up and talk about my truth and my things I've learned over the years. And am I accountable now? Yes, of course. I am, and I think I have the team now to be able to help me carry on all these amazing designs and amazing concepts we have in store.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you, Annie. Thank you, Sadia.
Thank you
And
too.
thank you guys at home so much for sticking with us. Another episode of Once Upon a Wedding Global. We are very grateful. Of course, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We want to say a big thank you to our sponsors, Food Booth and Awala by Ali and Tribe. We'll see you again next time.
I'm not a makeup girly, at all.
Give us the tea,
Of
girl.
course, I don't know if I want to share, but let's see. Hey, Miro, if you can crowd.